Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm going to be giving an update on the Furibee Stormer. So Furibee have released a lot of 5-inch models lately and they've all had lots of issues, and for me the Stormer was the one that had the least amount of issues. I did still have a problem with it though. There was a problem with the camera, but I put that down to quality control rather than it being a problem with all of the Stormer models that were sent out. And if you check out the other reviews of this model, then it seems like it was just a faulty camera. So GearBest have sent me a replacement camera. It came in this box here and I've installed it, and they say that it's a CCD camera. It's not. It's a 16:9 CMOS camera. So I don't like the camera anyway. I'd switch it out for a proper CCD one. I don't know why they're not putting their little Furibee MS in there, because it's lighter, it's a CCD camera, it's better quality. But there you go. So I've replaced the camera in this one, and today I'm also going to see if it will fly off a 6S battery. The reason for that is the motors, they are a 2308 2200 kV motor, so a fairly low kV for a 4S model. And when I flew it on 4S, it did feel a little bit underpowered. It flew nice, mind, but yeah, a little bit underpowered. So I'm going to try 6S battery today, and I'm just going to first of all try it with the stock motor timing and the stock PIDs and see how it performs. I have done away with the propellers because I don't like the Furibee propellers, or Racer Star, whatever you want to call them. I just don't like them. So I've replaced them with some Dal Cyclones. They are the, let's have a look if it tells me. There we go, it's on that one. They are the 5045, one of my favourite props, so I'm going to be trying those out. So the batteries that I'm going to be using, 6S, they are huge. I'm going to be using the Turnigy Graphene 1300 6S and then the Tattoo R line as well. So let's get and see how it performs. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm standing back away from it in case there's any issues, and I'm in angle mode. Ooh. Quite a high idle there. I'm not too sure about this. I'm pretty nervous, I have to say. It's like a swamp out here as well. So let's take it out in the middle to do a punch. Definitely heard some oscillations there, but that could be a tuning thing. It didn't flip out. Not yet, anyways. Wow. Loads of punch there, but seems like it's okay for now. Oh, it's so angry. Let's try acro as it starts to spit some rain. I'm definitely going to have to adjust the gains. But so far, seems like it does take a 6S. Famous last words. I could not have timed that better. So yeah, it's landed pretty flat. Let's have a look at the motors. I think I got away with that, but I think it's safe to say that was a flip of death, so I think it's time to mess with the motor timing and see what happens with that. Okay, so I've reduced the motor timing to medium low. I've also adjusted the PIDs. This really isn't the best conditions to be testing this in, because it's just going to get covered in mud every time it does one of those flip things. This is the Tattoo 6S. I'm going to take it out, see what happens. Wow. That PID change really makes a difference. Yeah, so when you stick an oversized battery on a copter, whether it's a micro or a 5-inch, you're going to have to reduce the gains, and there's no longer that oscillation, wow, it's a serious amount of power. Have to see whether the medium-low timing change helps with flips. Let's go into acro. It really does feel like it's pushing it. And it also doesn't feel like it's incredibly beneficial compared to a 4S. And there we go. It flipped out. So, I think I will categorically say that the Furibee Stormer does not take a 6S very well. I mean, it flew for a little while. And let's have a look what the damage is. Not too bad, I've seen worse. But yeah, Furibee Stormer 6S, I would say avoid. Okay, so if 6S doesn't work, how about 5S? I'm feeling very nervous after what happened with the 6S. Now you might be thinking that it's doing the flips because it's drawing too many amps and the ESCs haven't got enough power. However, if you go up in voltage, it actually draws less amps. However, that still could be the case, but it's probably just that these ESCs can't cope. And you might find with a 2-blade though that it might cope with the 6S, but they're saying that it copes with the 6S with the stock props, which is a tri-blade, so that's no good. Anyway, I got a Tattoo 5S on here and I'm going to take it out and let's see what happens with the punch. Blimey. We've got a bird in this field that's not sure about me. It's a huge thing. It's not going to show on the camera probably. Well, do you know what? It feels a little bit nicer. Whether I trust it or not though is a different thing, you know, especially with all this mud out here. Do I trust it with a GoPro on the top? I don't think so. 4S definitely, because I've flown it a fair bit with a 4S. Flown it with the camera completely blacking out. Wow, that has got a lot of punch, I have to say. It's feeling better. It's feeling better. You know, but with the 6S, initially it felt like it could handle it. And then, you know, like a couple of minutes in or whatever, that's when it did its flip. But it's feeling better with this. I have to say though, you know, with those lower kV motors and a 5S, why not just go up in kV on the motors and then you can have a 4S and not have to worry about any of these ESC problems. Oh, this is feeling better though. It's got a lot of punch, that's for sure. Sounds pretty nice too. But I don't think I'm going to have the confidence today to stick a GoPro on it. But it's looking much better. Getting more confident with it as the flight goes on. But when it does that flip thing, it's just so instant. And if you were flying close to yourself, you wouldn't even have time to disarm before it hit you in the face. So I'm trying to keep it further out, which isn't great for the video because this is a wide angle on the GoPro, but that's just what I'm having to do. But this feels like it's flying pretty nice now, I have to say. Feels pretty solid. So maybe it's just too many amps on the 6S for it, I don't know. By the way, this is with the motor timing on medium. Put it back to medium and it's handling it. So yeah, 5S Seems like it does it. Yeah. Well, that's good news at least, because it's going to feel a little bit underpowered on the 4S, but good for a beginner, I guess you would say. But the next thing I want to try is whether that camera is still an issue. So what I think I'm going to do, that bird's flying around me. I think I'm going to stick a GoPro on there, but with a 4S, and see if the camera's still an issue. So seems like it's fine on a 5S. I would land at this point because I'm a battery. So yeah, 5S test passed.